like it's getting nuts.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty crazy, y'all.
Apex, who dat? Who dat?
Smashable Gaming Cypher versus Rexy. That may be one of the few times that I have gotten his tag correct.
Oh yeah, Rexy.
Yeah. Yeah, the Rexy.
It's been it took some adjustment, most certainly. As a
it did. Some of that clutch adaptation.
Right. The commentator stress.
Yeah, we gotta adapt too. It's not just the folks on the other side of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And repping the NACL tag, that can't be for real, right?
Huh.
I got really excited. The best, I guess the second best player for Smash 64 in Dallas is a player by the tag of NACL.
Yeah,
so I got really stoked. Cool. Rip throwback, my heart.
Yeah,
my heart.
that's a shame.
But yeah, it looks like we're actually not going to be seeing Rexy. I had to question it too because
that's Treecko.
It's generally speaking, Treecko. I watch him repping the Pokemon hats and shirts.
Okay, yeah.
Not so much the characters.
Yeah.
From there, we're going to be seeing some Falcon. And going off against Cypher's Fox. So Falcon versus Fox. A very unique dynamic, to say the least.
Very interesting. Both very, very fast characters. Both high punishment characters. So once they find an opening, there's going to be lots of percent going out. There's going to be lots of traps. If Fox is extremely light, if Falcon does manage to find a knee follow-up, his stocks are going to disintegrate.
Yeah, that's the big question, though, is if.
That is if.
And Fox, of course, is a character who just has so many different safe options, right? And I think that what makes Fox really, really scary in one aspect is you just don't really know what they're going to do next, right? The world is their oyster. They have access to so many different great tools. But recognizing all of this, it looks like Treecko is just going to be sticking with what he knows, going with that ZSS.
Alrighty.
ZSS v Fox, also a pretty dynamic matchup. And at times I feel like this can be tricky for Fox, a character who gets so much off of being able to maneuver, with ZSS having amazing tools to shut all that maneuverability down. Yeah,
Zero Suit is kind of like a control character in the game. She's got really good hitboxes. That up air is going to be cutting through all your full hop stuff. Jab comes out really fast, frame one. She doesn't have a great, or a safe grab, so opening people up can be a problem. But she does a really good job counter-hitting your movement. Also, edge guarding, pretty good on the character. Finding those edge guards off stage against Fox are extremely rewarding. Even just doing something like sniping him out of the side B with neutral B, like setting up for proper back airs, forward airs, down B kicks off stage. If you can manage to find those, gonna be really devastating.
And it's at these lower percents, so Treecko is very comfortable throwing out some of those tether grabs. He knows that if he whiffs, it's not going to be the end of his stock unless Cypher has this monstrous punish game that is yet to be unveiled to the world.
Yeah, Fox definitely is a character who can put out that sort of damage. With that, the dash attack follow-ups, with the up tilt follow-ups, with falling up air into more things. His damage output can be really scary.
But speaking of scary.
Speaking of scary, though, losing that stock super early, I want to say he could have, he almost smashed DI'd a little too hard there. If he just smashed DI down and took the up B and just DI'd down in a way, he probably would have been okay.
It looks like Treecko's tendencies to throw out those tether grabs is not strictly confined to those early percents. We saw him try to go for one at those higher percents, and even with the early stock loss, Cypher right back in this, actually taking the lead here.
Yeah, which is really, really big. Being able to neutralize that sort of a lead that fast, very, very good things. If your opponent can manage to hold on to stocks, we were talking about earlier whenever Cadran was playing, how he played really, really defensive, and Dark Angel had a really hard time finishing the stock off, and that gave him 60 extra percent, where he could have possibly died before that if he was making a little bit riskier plays.
Oh. Right now,
okay.
Treecko with that final frame.
Yeah, super low to the ground. Yeah, that is actually an automatic footstool, so not something he did intentionally, but pretty good reward for it, and gets the confirm off of falling neutral air. What a brutal combo.
And when I looked at Treecko's gameplay overall, I felt like he had these moments of just burst, right?
Yeah.
Which I guess if you want to think of control as an archetype, that's kind of what you expect too. Whereas we're seeing a lot more consistency overall from Cypher. Now switching things up to Sheik. He's not going to have as much access to that, to I guess, those KO options and those higher percents now, but I suppose it'll help him mitigate and get around neutral a bit easier.
Yep, gonna have a little bit easier time dealing with all the movement Zero Suit has in neutral. And you know, the Sheik herself, a character who generally like smothers people in the neutral game. So proper Sheik play can make things kind of difficult for the character, especially because you know Zero Suit's got the jab out of shield is really, really fast. But Sheik herself has got really safe pressure, really safe stuff she can be doing on shield. So it can be a pretty hard time as a character with a tether grab to punish some of the things that she can do.
Cypher going to be meeting that back air. And he's already into the corner despite the fact that this character has some upgrades from a neutral game standpoint. We're not really seeing the payoff quite yet. So far, Treecko810's been able to make the right callouts, maintain a slight lead, but just as we say that, Cypher having some signs of life as he's trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, I think one of the really big points for this game is seeing if Cypher can be surviving longer than he did in the last set. Like, he did go past 70% in either of his stocks. If he can hold on longer, which I could, you know, see, she can do. She's relatively light, but playing safe can be pretty hard to land, like the super hard, like the beefy punishes he might get on some other characters. Yeah, gonna find the down B kick there, but not near enough percent to kill.
Oh, how many times? I don't want to say it feels like he's getting lucky sometimes, like with the flip kicks, but wow, Cypher.
Chasing that air dodge super deep off stage.
Sheik, of course, having amazing recovery. Gonna have no troubles getting back onto the stage. That percent, though, I'm looking for a back air if I'm ZSS at this kind of a percent.
Back air will certainly do it. Up air is just to control the pace, put on more damage. A little bit of misspacing on that back air, though. Kind of a wild air dodge bait. Could have definitely taken just some guaranteed percent there. But
yeah, it's like one of those lower percents. It seems like it would make more sense to get what's guaranteed rather than go for something stylish.
Especially because of these high percents. If you try to go for something wild and you screw it up and you get back aired while they're falling, then you lost your stock for a very, very kind of skewed risk reward.
Treecko, a player who we saw had a lot of those burst moments in that last game, hasn't found them at all. Finally takes the stock with the bear that we were waiting for. But still, bit of a deficit. ZSS, as we saw in that last game, does have the tools to make some comebacks happen.
Kind of weak punish on the up smash. Just gets the jab out of shield, but good way to push his opponent back and towards his side of the stage.
Falling there, interrupting the down smash attempt from Treecko. Finding himself off stage, and that's what I was waiting for from Cypher, waiting for him to find the moment to start pushing the advantage since he had Treecko in the corner.
Again, up smash, maybe not the best of choices. Will give Treecko an opportunity to get a little bit of momentum going. Very nice edge cancel on the down B, but Cypher does find the dash attack on the landing afterwards. Yep, choosing to just rack up damage with needles. Very, very good decision since he's at low percent, can just play safe. Rack up damage slowly, slowly, slowly. Sheik, not great KO power, so she's going to have to be getting her opponent to really high percent before she can be looking for those safe kill setups.
Such a tough moment for Treecko here as well. He's down by so much that he's really looking for these grabs, but if he whiffs a single one, it's going to be the end of the game.
Oh, a little bit too far away for that side B to snap to the ledge.
That's going to be game. One apiece. The shift over to Sheik, not initially looking all that hot, but he was able to actually hold a massive lead throughout the majority of that game.
Yeah, landing the early bouncing fish, relatively early bouncing fish off stage, and then being able to hold on to his stock for a very long percent. I mean, he was like 140 when the back air killed him, which is more than twice the percent he was dying at as Fox. So lots of interactions, the ability to just survive, and even if you're just trading, living longer and getting those trades on your opponent is super, super important.
Even though we talked about how ZSS has probably more KO options than Sheik at those higher percents, I think that ZSS has like that awkward range where like you can't KO with the back air, but you also can't quite get the combos that you're used to in those earlier percents with the up airs. Yeah,
especially now that the down throw combos are a little worse. The up air strings are a little bit worse. It's harder for her to rack up as much damage as she did in previous versions of the game, and a lot of times it has to just go for like the 1-2, which isn't really that great, especially whenever you consider the fact that her grab carries so much risk in it.
Yeah.
Leaves your opponent wide open for a really big punish. Even if you're at percents, like where smashes can be killing them, oftentimes it's just the end of your stock. Yeah, even right there, not a huge punish off the whiff grab, but a little like quick 1-2, keeping momentum. Losing momentum yourself, losing stage control is really, really important, especially against a character like Sheik, who will smother you wherever you are, even if it's dead in neutral. If you get pushed into the corner, it's even worse.
Pushed into the corner is exactly where Treecko is finding himself right now. He just has not been able to get any damage on the board. This may be a situation where he could implement some empty hop grabs, or or instead of empty hop grabs, maybe like actually like empty hop jabs.
Possibly.
Something simple. Because he's been going for a lot of these grabs, and it feels like Cypher is playing a very reactionary game.
Yeah, even like I think even not necessarily empty hopping, using that neutral air. It is a really good pressure tool from Zero Suit. You know, the fact that it can't be shield grabbed in a game like this is pretty big. Being able to like drop onto people's. Oh man, a super early percent kill, really high up on that stage. Really big swing for Treecko.
That's like a percent where that move should not KO either. It could be a DI error that we're seeing from Cypher.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, you definitely can, like, there are ranges and, like, the spacings where it hits you with the up B, and you can smash DI up to get out of the KO hitboxes, which maybe is what he's trying to do there. Maybe it's just that he's so high up that it's just carrying him directly into the blast zone. But yeah, if it was actually him connecting with the strong hit at the end, DI down in a way will make it so you almost never die off the top with the new angle from her most recent changes.
Well, somebody's definitely been training up with Dakfo. Last stock right now. Last stock now between Treecko and Cypher. Things are really getting heated. They're both trying to feel each other out. It's going to be Cypher instead who's been getting the grab. Such a talking point as well. Treecko really failing to get any of these grab conversions, seeming almost manic with his attempts to throw them out. Finally he's able to scoop him up. That cross-up grab that he's been going for is one of the few grab sequences that's actually worked for him throughout this series. Yeah,
got a pretty good read on the timing that Cypher is using to try and run in with shield, which makes sense considering what Treecko was doing for like almost like 30 seconds straight there. He was just short hopping, falling with up airs, falling with neutral airs, falling with Zoo, falling with the Z air. The Zair. And I mean, you know, a good way to deal with that is to run up and power shield and like jab out of shield, F tilt out of shield. So the sort of an interesting conditioning that Treecko is doing there. Back air almost killing.
I'm terrified right now of Cypher. Yeah. Trump Bear, more than enough to close that one out. And Treecko hangs in. I mean, I looked at the beginning of the game and I thought, you know what, this is going to be it.
Yeah, you know, that was a pretty scary start.
Yeah, but he was able to turn it around. Yeah. What were the things that were so key to that comeback being a reality?
I mean, like I talked about it, you know, first game and second game, the percents that his opponent was surviving to. The fact that he killed him with up B at 57% was such a huge swing. He was at almost a 100% deficit, which is like 4, 5, maybe 6 Sheik combos, and like being able to just not only take that stock kind of like unearned from the number of interactions that he's won, but also then the fact that, you know, that puts your opponent a little bit on tilt. You know, then you get to play defensive, and then Sheik has to be running into you. You know, doing a really good job winning out on those interactions when his opponent was pushing into him.
Definitely some really good points. Man, that was just like back and forth.
Yeah, it was very back and forth.
Very, very, very back and forth. I look a lot. Do you think that the stage picks may have anything to do with it as well?
Yeah, Dreamland, you know, low ceiling, definitely a playground for Zero Suit, and we saw the up B kill at 57%. Like, if it was on Smashville or FD, I mean, you know, Zero Suit's still pretty good on FD, like covering the ground with her grab, like getting the up air strings from below, but she can't kill you at 57% with her up B on the stage. So, all right, I think I'm going to have matches of my own to go play, so I'm going to go do that. Sure, why not?
Take care, man. Best of luck in bracket.
Thanks.
It's so good to see him compete again.
It's fun. I've been enjoying myself.
Good to see him compete. Zan with the hair mix-ups? I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. Green hair, don't care. It's like long hair, don't care, but it's like green hair, don't care. Yeah, I like that. So much care and control over the controller. That was the most calculated thing I think I've seen in a long time. I just gotta do it. Have you ever seen Wizrobe?
Yeah, I've seen him.
So there's like a fun game that you do is whenever you see him on stream, try to take a guess on how long it takes him to like unravel his controller